Hello gang, it's Wednesday night, the 6th of January 2021. Welcome along to tonight's United Kingdom tour, coming to you live from our Berkshire television studio and media radio complex here at Bracknell. Welcome along gang to the show. Look, all the Christmas stuff, it's all gone now. Oh, no more Christmas, it's here, look, it's here, it's gone, there it is. On the floor there. Would you like this as a super chat prize in a couple of weeks? The old Christmas backdrop that we used, eh? I didn't use the other one because, of course, we couldn't go up to Lincolnshire. But never mind. Yes, Christmas. We have been de-Christmased here. The tree came down last night, and I must admit, I don't really bother with a tree too much in the living room. It's basically an artificial one that I bought from Asda about 10 to 15 years ago, and it comes out of the box. I'm just going to whack myself up a little bit there. It comes out of the box, you put the top bit, you put 4 bits on the bottom of it, then you put the top bit on the bottom bit, and then you connect these 2 wires on a plug and plug it in. Done. No baubles, no tinsels, no little hanging reindeer, little Father Christmas, no little chocolate things. Oh, how we used to love those, didn't we? Little chocolate things hanging off the Christmas tree. Yes, please, Mummy. Anyway, all de-Christmased and we're back to normality. I say normality, dear. I say as normal as we can be. Christmas isn't really over, though, for me, and I'm sure many of you. We've got kind of presents stuck in various places. I have sacks and sacks of presents, I'm sure, at my sister's house and my nephew's house, waiting for me to collect. Yes, so I'm looking forward to Christmas whenever that might be. The trouble is, we don't know when, do we? When will it be? Will we be singing Christmas? I wonder if she'll get the Christmas tree out for me. My sister, because it goes up earlier every year. Last year, I think she put it up in May. And then on Boxing Day, she couldn't stand it anymore and took it down again. Well, that's because she put it up too early, dear. Don't listen to me. What do I know? I'm just no one who knows anything about anything, as most of you well know. Anyway, welcome to the show. There is a chat box open for you to chat to each other in. I don't come into the chat box at all, so pointless trying to send me a message like that. If you'd like to send me a message, feel free to use the text at the top there, 07551 259 675, top left-hand corner there, okay? 07551 259 675. There's also an email address. If you want to send in an email, it's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and there'll be a phone line opening a little bit later on, okay, so you can call in as well, just a local London number. All right, it's not premium rate, no £1.50 a minute or £3 a minute, or those of you that call Babe Station, £6, £7, £8, £10 a minute, dear. Do they have different levels of fees on Babe Station, I wonder? So the really pretty girls, I mean, I could probably get away. I reckon I could probably get away in a little girl's outfit, or a little lady's outfit, or perhaps medium, or maybe even large, I don't know. Perhaps I could get away with something like that, and I could go on Babe Station. I reckon £25 a minute to talk to me on there. I can do all the actions, like they do with a phone, on all that business. My sister was on there. No one called her. I can tell you that today because I know for a fact that tonight she's not watching. I don't mind. Please don't say anything to her because she gets very upset about it. She had this job in Babe Station. It's a couple of years ago now, admittedly. And, she was on for 10 minutes and they sacked her. No phone calls, not one. Oh, well, say la vie. Let's read some of your messages coming in tonight then, gang. You only need to send a message one way, okay? You don't need to send the same messages by many different methods. They do get to me. If you haven't had it read out yet, I just haven't got to it, or you've been completely uninteresting. You see, that's the thing for that. Hello to Paul in Cornwall tonight. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're having a nice 2021. Have you made your New Year's resolution? Mine is to get out of Groundhog Day. What is that, Groundhog Day? I don't know what that is, Groundhog Day. Yes, I'd like to lose a stone in weight. And tonight, we were going to start that, weren't we, tonight? Now, I'm not going to tell you how to lose weight. You do that your own way. But if you want to join our growing list of just me, It's only me on the list. I tried this morning and it didn't work either. I'm making a list of people who might want to lose weight, gang. And I just thought, if we all tried to lose weight together, then that might kind of work. Sort of, almost competing but not competing. And so it just involves you telling me what your weight is, either on Wednesday's nighttime show here or on Wednesday's morning show on Reach On Air, where I am every morning between 9 and 10 o'clock. So if you'd like to put your name down, well, all you need to do is weigh yourself now and tell me what it is, and I write it down on a piece of paper, okay? There's only me on the list so far, gang, and this morning I was 13 stone 7.2, okay? So what I'll do is write your name down here. If you want to do it, no one has to do it. If, just an idea that I had. I'll put your name down here, what your weight is, and you tell me what it is today, and then you tell me what it is next week. You lose weight any way you want. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. If you wanted my advice, I would say cut out bread and all bread products. That would include biscuits and cakes and things like that, okay? Don't cook anything in oil. Cook it all in water. And no chocolates, sweets and crisps. All right? That would be my advice there. Apart from that, pig yourself out. Live on a banana a day. One banana a day is more than enough. It's more than enough for you. I can see how fat you are sitting there. But if you don't lose weight, I'm not going to sit here and take the mick. Okay? It's just a little idea I had. So if you want to do that, just tell us your name and how much you weigh, and I'll add you on here, okay? Hello to Peter Wright. Good evening to Peter Wright, who will be calling in the show this evening to ask and talk about a couple of things. Well, I hope they're light-hearted, interesting things, Peter. Not too much. We don't like too much seriousness on this programme. We are light-hearted. If you want serious, ring up LBC. They're as miserable as sin on there. Although I have to say, I'm very pleased to find out that Clive Ball is back on there, but he's on really late at night. Anyone listen to Clive Ball on LBC? He used to be on like at 8, 9 o'clock at night. They've stuck him on at midnight now on Sundays, and I'm not quite sure why they've done that, because he's very, very good. But that's a good thing on there. That ghastly Matthew Stadlin isn't on there anymore. I'm pleased to find out. I couldn't stand him. Oh, so wishy-washy. Wishy-washy. Clive Ball's on there. They've also got Dean someone. He does like where you ring in about solicitor type things. He's good. He's got his own show now, an hour long, 9 till 10 on Sunday nights. Very good. Very interesting. If you've got anything, sort of that you need a solicitor, you just ring in and he gives bits of advice. So they're good on there. Good evening to... let me just scroll back here, my darling. Hello to George Bond. I told people to contact you on your number or by email. Right, okay. Hello to Glenda in the US of A. Good evening, Glenda. Glenda. I was watching CNN earlier. Oh, it's all going mad in the White House, isn't it? Is it the White House? They're all rowing. God, so what's going on with your politics there? We thought it was bad over here with the whole Brexit thing. Don't mention Brexit. Are they still crying? Oh, bless their hearts, darling. Too late now. We've gone, mate. Bye. Bye, Mrs. Merkel. Thanks ever so much, my love. It's been a pleasure. Glenda writes, good evening, Mr. England. Here we go. It's chaos in the United States. Trump supporters are protesting outside Washington. Guns are drawn. They're not shooting each other, are they? For God's sake, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm so sorry to hear you are in another lockdown. Yes, I predict this one to go on till Easter. Yeah, we're being locked down until Easter. I'll be honest, I feel sorry for the people that like going out and this, that and the other. To me, it doesn't make much difference other than, of course, I can't go and see my family up north. So one of those things, isn't it? We just have to get on with it. Good evening to Jason Hughes. Evening, Jason. Mike in Brighton says, good to see your big ball again spinning. Pardon? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, there it is. The mirror ball is back in the house. There you go. Wasn't it you, Mike? Yes, it was. A number of years ago, Mike, I remember, there was a little mirror broken on there, wasn't there? There was a mirror broken on the mirror ball. Like, all these are like little squares, you see. There was a couple that had come off. Oh, Mike went to town on that one, didn't he, dear? Oh, did he? Moan, because he's got the OCD. Please, can you fix that? I had to order a new mirror ball just for him. I hope you're watching that carefully, Mike. There's no damaged little elements on there today, dear. Cool, how the other half moaned, didn't they? Thank you very much. I like the badge. Thank you, Mike. We were giving these away. Peter Wright's got several of these. I think Mick Davenport's got a couple as well now. The United Kingdom Talk badges. Thank you, Mike. Hello to Diane Jebb, Amelia Phillips, Mick Davenport, we've said hello to. Paul in Cornwall. Groundhog Day is the same stuff as last year, but more crazy stuff going on. Well, this programme is crazy, as you well know. We're all crazy here, dear. Rachel Wheatland, good evening, Rachel, is one of the craziest. Yep. She does TikTok videos. She is queen of TikTok on this channel. Absolutely queen of TikTok. Fran Green is there as well. Good evening, Fran. Thanks for your email, Fran. Thanks very much. I may well be able to play that out tomorrow now. Fran has been asking for a specific record, a tune. Let's see, it's here somewhere. Where is it now? Fran. Jono. Hang on a minute. What is it? Sound of Eden and Only You. Good clubbing dance songs. So I'll have a little listen to those a little bit later on. Okay. And that's fine. All right. Gary Ross is there. Hello, sir. I'm watching away. Gary Ross is away tonight. Hello, Gary. Trevor Campbell in the house. Good evening, Trevor. Trevor and Shirley. Hello to you two. Nice to see you two pop up on the email. And Amelia Phillips sending an email there as well. So thanks very much for those. Peter Wright has sent a £2 super chat there. Thank you, Peter. Oh, why isn't that playing? Oh, there it is. There it is. One moment, please. So Peter gets a couple of free raffle tickets. We're raffling off our very last clock. That's the last one. No more of those. It says Lockdown 2020 on there. So it's from last year now. That is the very last one of those Lockdown 2020 clocks that are being made. A few people have now not bought raffle tickets, but send us a tip, and I've given them free raffle tickets for those. So I'll give you another couple for your £2 there, Peter. Every time you send a £1 tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, so you get two for £2. All right, my darlings? Thank you very much, my love. Right, we've got some bits and pieces to talk about tonight. No one want to do this weight thing? It's only me then, is it? It's only me with the whole weight thing. Never mind. Hello to Shania on the Isle of Wight. Oh, dear. They can't move around either now there, can they? Shania is actually taking the job of Priti Patel on the Isle of Wight, and she's going around with this whip, doing people in as they exit there, try and go out of their houses. Yes, she does do. Yes. Over Mandy Davenport. We're giving out the whips left, right and centre now, dear. We are. And hello to Daniel Holmes, who's just checking in. Good evening, Daniel. Nice to see you as well pop up on the show today. Now, and Michael Lawrence just popping up on the chat box there. Good evening to you, Michael. What are your predictions for this year? Do you have any predictions at all? What do you think is going to happen? Eh? Or perhaps there's something that you'd like to happen this year. Okay, well, we all want the old COVID vaccines to work. But is there anything else that you sort of appeals to you this year, I wonder? Anything at all? Maybe you'd just like to buy a new car or get a new toy or something. Not the same toys, incidentally, I hope, as they were using on that ghastly programme last night. What was it called? Swingers. Did you see that last night? Swingers. God. Oh, it was so funny. It's these couples. I couldn't do this one during the night time. Shania, can you just close your ears for a moment as well? Hello, Vectis. Hello, Vectis. It's these swingers, these couples that go to this club. I'm not quite sure where it was. I think it was called Liberty's Club, which is run by a delightful old man, right? And they go there and and they all meet up there, right? Oh, Christ, what was that blooming noise there? They all meet up there and they wife swap. They do things with other couples. It's hilarious. There was one couple that I took an instant dislike to this man. Bit millennial. Do you know what I mean? Bit millennial. There he was at his house and he was tapping away on a computer, some sort of chat box type thing for other swingers. I mean, it's not my cup of tea. he was talking to other swingers, and he looked up from the screen. And he's like, well, this one doesn't really interest me. The punctuation's all wrong in the chat. I mean, how sad and pathetic must you be to notice stuff like that when there's things wrong with such negativity, dear? Just pointing out little faults in someone's chatting like that he was. Anyway, so he ends up at this club with his missus, who's not bad looking. She's all right looking. And then it shows you inside this club. And it's just like a large lounge, and there's a jacuzzi. And they all go there and they meet up. And there's some very good-looking people in there. There was one particular lady and one gorgeous bloke with a little bit of grey on the side of his hair like that. And they had lockers. It reminded me a little bit of somewhere I went to once or twice. They had lockers there. And they go on and they put on towel. And there was the most delightful elderly lady called Siobhan. Now, I kid you not, she was about 70 years old, 65, 70 years old, something like that, right? And she's so friendly and nice. And she was absolutely she looked like she obviously was someone's nan. I'm sure she was someone's nan. But there she is, happily being filmed. Anyway, they all go into this room like a large lounge, chatting away to each other. And eventually they start getting their kit off, dear. They go to the lockers and they put a little towel around their waist. And into the jacuzzi they go, and they put the towel off and they get in the jacuzzi naked. And of course, this gorgeous bloke-looking one, he starts talking to the very pretty girl. And Siobhan, she kind of... I felt like she was forcing herself upon them, to be honest. She was very chatty, but I think I probably went through the other two's mind. I wish she'd go away. That being said, she was a lovely lady. And then the action cut to Siobhan's bedroom, in her house, where they did a little bit of an interview, right? I mean, please, Shania, just turn off for a moment, darling. They're having this interview, and the interviewer says, do you have any round here? Oh, yes, I have about 8 in here at a time. This is Siobhan, 68, 70 years old. Oh, right, OK. And what do they do? Now, I can't go any further than this on this particular type of programme, OK? There's a line I'm sorry I cannot cross. But she then described in detail what they do. And here's the shocking thing is, these appear to be mainly 20-something-year-old lads that go round to Siobhan's bedroom. 8 of them in there. And then it cut they had that interview. Then it cut back to the jacuzzi, and then there's another room with beds, right? And it was so funny. Oh, this is the bit that made me... I nearly wet myself. This is the bit. The 2 millennial types. People are on... This is on the telly. On normal telly, dear. Channel 4. Not on one of those dodgy websites like people like Jason Hughes watch. This is on the telly. And they're doing stuff on beds. Well, the millennial couple are standing there. And she's not happy. I didn't like them from the start. Now, she's not ugly, don't get me wrong. Right? There she is in her fishnet stockings. And he's with her. And she starts crying. She said, I knew this was happening. Look, no one wants me. No one wants me. And she burst into tears. Because they're just standing there judging people rather than getting on with it. That's why. Anyway, you've got to watch that. Swingers on Channel 4, OK? Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Simon says, yeah, you can get her out now. It's OK. Get Shania back out now. Shania's head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. I don't like to hear things like that. I have to be very careful when I know she's there. Shania's gone to her room and is reciting something in Latin. Gloria in excelsis Deo. You can come back out, Shania. You can come back out now, Shania. Quick, chop chop, dear, chop chop. I hope Canon Simon hasn't come across this show. Yeah, me too. I've actually removed the link on my religious music and hymn show channel to this channel. I've removed the link. We can't have Canon Simon watching this, dear. So there we are. Anyway, back to this story then. We'll open the phone lines as soon as I've read a bit of this out, okay? But in the Daily Mail, so watch that, okay? It's good for a laugh. It's not too bad. You don't see men's bits, put it that way. You're okay with that. You don't see men's bits. You see women's, not the front bits. You see women's bums. Oh, did you see a man's bum? I can't remember. Oh, yes, you did. The bloke with the grey hair. Quite nice. I mean, not as nice as mine, but then no one's got as nice as bum as mine, have they? Be honest. I mean, have a look at your own in the mirror. Not a very pleasant sight, is it? If you're new to the show, by the way, or you haven't been here for a while, good evening. Just to let you know, I don't go into the chat box at all, okay? That's just for you to talk to each other. If you want to contact me, please use the text number 07551 259 675. It's not a premium rate number, it's just a normal text number, okay? 07551 259 675. Or you can use the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and that'll come straight through to me as well. We'll be opening a phone line in a moment, which is a London number, just a local normal phone number. You can call in there if you want to. Anyway, looking at the future, what's going to happen this year? In the Daily Mirror, this lady, Jemima Packington. Wouldn't you have changed your name if you had Packington? I quite like that. It's a camp name, isn't it? Jemima Packington makes predictions for the future by throwing asparagus into the air and reading the patterns they make when they land. Isn't that good? Do you just throw these bits of asparagus in the air? Do you like asparagus? Not my cup of tea, dear. Is that the one that makes your wee go a funny colour? Don't like asparagus. That's what she does. She throws this asparagus up into the air. It lands on the floor, and then she reads it from that. And that's strange. She makes some big claims for 2021. Yes. After throwing the vegetables into the air and reading the patterns they form, this lady, who's 65, said they showed the pandemic will begin to pass by June. June is busting out all over. La la la. Yep, June. That's a long time to wait, isn't it? Not really. Not really. Honestly, it's not. June isn't far off at all. We'll be just coming into summer then. Perfect. I'll be able to go out, down the beach, have ice creams. Get on donkeys, unless you want to lose some weight first, dear. Don't be getting on donkeys if you're overweight, dear. I wouldn't get on one. That's what she said. The 65-year-old said the pandemic will begin to pass by June and the world's population will become kinder as a result. Are you going to be kinder this year? I try so hard to be kind to everyone, especially you. I'm a very kind person. Gemma predicts foreign travel, here's the thing, foreign travel will become an occasional option rather than the annual norm. And extremes of weather will continue with tropical storms becoming more frequent. And Gus will become a popular baby name. Gus. I wonder why Gus. Gus. I don't know. Do I know anyone called Gus? I don't think I do. I know a Guy. My very good friend Guy. But I don't know a Gus at all. The COVID-19 pandemic, she forecasts, although the impact of it will still be felt around the world, the vaccines will bring a return to the new normal by June, although not a return to the pre-pandemic days. I don't think life as we knew it will ever come back again as it was. Makes me feel a bit weird, that, doesn't it, you? Strange. She goes on to talk. The world's population will become kinder and more tolerant as a direct result of the pandemic, and governments will be more beholden to the will of their people. Perhaps I'll become more tolerant of stupid messages. Oh, I don't look at them anymore. The royal family It's pretty grim reading for the royals. In 2021, Gemma predicts that at least 2 divorces and says Harry will return to the UK on his own in March, when he will be advised there will not be an extension to his current terms. Poor Harry. She says we can expect a state of ill health among royals of all ages, and adds the Queen will make an important announcement in June to coincide with her official birthday as sovereign, perhaps hinting that she may hand over power to Charles. The announcement the Queen is going to make is that she's going to come to the studios of United Kingdom Talk and give us an interview. There you go. I've told you now. So keep an eye out for that, boys and girls. Her Magic. Don't worry, there's a new tea service on order. I've been on the Selfridges website and ordered a new tea service for Her Majesty to come round here and have cups of tea with me. Perhaps we'll get a couple of Prime Ministers here as well. Boris could come round here, couldn't he, darling? Little Boris. Sit in the corner. I don't know if there's enough room here for him to... He's putting the weight on again, isn't he? God dear me, I was watching him earlier. Was it yesterday he was on? Oh, he's put the weight. Perhaps I should add him to my list of people that need to lose weight. Celebrities. It's bad news for celebrities and influencers. Good. Don't like them. With the psychic predicting the general public will switch their attention towards real heroes instead. That's me, a real hero. You're my hero. That one. I could be a hero. Gemma warns big salaries for sports stars and the obsession with celebrities, and people are, aren't they? I mean, how... It's just beyond me how you can be obsessed with Gemma Collins. I don't get it. Never have. Anyway, big salaries for sports stars and the obsession with celebrities will become things of the past. The era of semi-professional sportsmen will re-emerge along with a focus on real heroes, like Captain Tom, for example. There's a real hero. That's if I could be a tenth of Captain Tom, I'd be happy. Wouldn't you? Go on, be honest. What do you do to help the world? Anything? No? Just sit there, play your PlayStation, drop rubbish everywhere. I mean, what do I do? I mean, I go and pick up rubbish, but it's not a lot, is it really? Perhaps you should do something for the world in your spare time. Up to you. Don't have to. There must be something out there you can go and do to sort of improve life for everyone else. Or is it all about just me? I'll do what I want. Nothing wrong with doing something to improve things for other people, is there really? You could do something. Whatever. Politics, she says the former President Trump will be disowned by GOP members, I don't know what that is, because of his appalling handling of the US domestic situation. He will not stand for a further term as president, and his future is uncertain. She also added, there will be no Scottish referendum, no matter how much that midget keeps going on and on. Give it a rest. Actually, I quite like Nicola Sturgeon. Let me let you into that. I quite like her. I can't stand that fat bloke. Who's he? Oh, all he does is moan all the time in the Houses of Parliament or on one of those video links. What's his name? Can't bear him. Oh, Nicola Sturgeon's all right. I think she's made some very good decisions for Scotland. Good luck to her. But please stop going on and on about the same blooming thing all the time. Blooming referendum. It goes on to say in the Mirror how her previous predictions have gone. Gemma, who is a world famous herself as the planet's only asparamancer. Anyone know what that is? I don't know what that is. Has a mixed record with previous predictions, having said Donald Trump would win the latest US election. Her successes, including predicting Brexit, claiming a major celebrity couple would split in 2017, just before Jamie and Lewis Redknapp. Is he a footballer bloke, isn't he, Redknapp? Is that a footballer bloke? I'm not quite sure. And forecasting UK flooding in 2018 to then see Storm Eleanor hit. So they're her predictions for 2021. Do you have any predictions for 2021? What would you like to see happen, or what do you think is going to happen? If you've got anything you want like that, give us a call now. Phone lines have now opened. Operators, me, are standing by now to take your call. 02081443477. It's a local London number. You don't get charged a premium rate or anything like that. All right, my darling? So give us a call. 02081443477. Maureen is there. Good evening, Maureen. Texting in on our texting number. There's a text number as well, gang. If you don't want to call, you can use the text 07551 259 675 to contact me. 07551 259 675 to contact me. Hello to John Glazebrook, whose birthday is today. Hello, John. Happy birthday to you, darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Johnny baby. Happy birthday to you there. John Glazebrook there. And Amy Clark is there wishing us all a happy new year as well. Hello to you, Amy. Okay, we've got a phone call finishing in 26. Good evening. Who's on the line?
Good evening. This is Peter.
Who's that, please?
It's Peter.
Hello, Peter. How are you tonight, dear?
Oh, I'm all right. Not too bad, thanks.
And what are your predictions for 2021?
Not much. Well, Chris, today is obviously officially the highest numbers of the coronavirus, over 62,000 cases.
Right, yes. Well, we know the news, dear, which is not actually a news programme, dear. We're talking about predictions for this year at the moment. Do you have any predictions?
Not really.
No.
So I don't think it's going to be a good outcome at all.
Well, I predict that you might win the clock. Is it Saturday we're doing it, or the one after?
Yeah, Saturday.
It's this Saturday, is it? We're doing that? We're raffling those that send tips in, get free raffle tickets. Peter's got quite a lot of tickets in there, I have to say. I think it might be you, Peter, but I'm not sure. Would you like me to have a little look in the bowl and see what percentage of tickets that you've got? Would that excite you?
If you wish.
Let's have a look. Oh, I would say, Peter... wow, 1, 2... Oh, is Adam the Plum has got some in here. Gary Ross has got some. Who else? Yes, that's quite a lot. Peter, oh, no, actually, I would say you've got about... Oh, Gizmo's there. Gizmo sent in a little tip. Thank you, Gizmo. Who else is in here? Gizmo, Peter Wright. I would say you've got probably just under half the amount of tickets in here, Peter.
Oh,
so that is my prediction to you, dear. Are you? Do I assume that you're not at work at the moment?
No, day off today.
Oh, you are still working then?
Oh, yes, Wilco's is still open.
Wilco's open, is it?
Yeah, but we're not doing very well.
Oh, can I ask? Have you got can you sell everything that you normally sell, or are you only allowed to sell certain things in there at the moment?
We're just selling what we normally sell, so they haven't restricted on nothing.
Because you know what I like in Wilco? I like your nuts and bolts and screws, because you can just fill up a little plastic bag with what you want and weigh it, can't you?
Oh, yes, you can indeed.
I do like that. Do you have pick and mix in there like they used to in Woolworths?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we've got quite a big range in our shop.
Oh. I mean, I'd be very happy if you ever wanted to send through a little bag full of fudge.
Oh, yes.
We like fudge. Any other predictions before you go, Peter?
I just want to quickly ask you something.
Yes.
Before we go.
I'm sorry, can I answer it before you even ask it? Sorry, I don't lend money to anyone.
Well, I wasn't going to ask that anyway.
Oh, right, okay, continue. Is this call going on much longer? Only I'm watching some things move across my carpet at the moment.
Oh, isn't that interesting? That's cool.
Get on with it, dear. What do you want to ask?
Right, are you starting the bingo this Sunday?
I'm hoping to start it very soon, possibly this Sunday.
And also, any plans that you can do it twice a week, as there's nothing else to do in the evenings now?
Bingo?
Because of the national lockdown.
Do you mean bingo twice a week?
Yeah.
No, because it costs me money to do it.
Okay.
See, the prizes have to be bought. They don't sort of just appear, you know? And about a year ago, I had ideas in my head that it would take off a lot better than it really did, and therefore we might get some money in from YouTube, and I could convert that money to prizes. But it didn't happen. We kind of got stuck at about 50 or 60 people playing, and there's nowhere near enough. You've got to have a few hundred people playing to make it. To get it to make money. I don't mind spending a little bit, but things are getting a little bit tight at the moment. You know, I've not worked now since March, although I've got rents coming in. You know, don't think that's like thousands of pounds. You know, the rent that I get in covers what I do and a bit more, but it's not like we're not rich. Do you see what I mean? And without the DJ money coming in, I've had to sort of cut a few things or just watch. You know, I always take action early. I see something in the future and I start taking action. Some people would say far too early. So I started knocking some things back a little bit. But there are some prizes. We can do 1 day a week. I'm happy to do 1 day a week. I would do 2 days a week if I had money coming in from YouTube, but it doesn't really. It's very kind of yourself. You're probably one of the people that send the most super chats in. It's very nice for people like yourselves and others to occasionally send in a super chat here and there, but it doesn't. Do you see what I mean? That doesn't really buy a prize. And also, when the bingo comes back, of course, we don't have fridge magnets at the moment. Again, that was a once a year type thing that I bought. Which wasn't too expensive, but in the current climate, it's an outgoing that I don't want. Do you see what I mean? So probably the bingo will come back with just 4 games, 3 or 4 games. So it'd be like 8 till 9 rather than 8 till 9:30, because those first games were always raffle tickets for a fridge magnet. Yeah. But there's no fridge magnets, and that's the reason for that. I do enjoy doing it. I love doing the bingo. I love doing it. But there comes a limit. Do you see what I mean? You know?
Oh, yeah.
And unless sort of Aldi or Tesco's or Waitrose decide to sponsor the show for sort of, I don't know, you know, if one of those like sponsored the show for, say, I don't know, for, say, £100, just think what we could give away with £100. You could have a top prize of like 50 quid and lots of other prizes like £10 each. We could have 6 games. We could have 6 games, but that's very unlikely to happen unless a miracle happens, you know. So, yes, it will start very soon. It'll probably be just 4 games, 8, 8:15, 8:30. Sorry, 8, 8:15, 8:30 and 8:45. And that's how that'll work, Peter. I'm sure you understand that.
Oh, yeah. But, of course, on all the bingos, I doubt we're opening the first part of this year at all.
Oh, no, you won't get any bingo halls open, will you? No, that's very doubtful, isn't it?
All the local clubs, they might even shut down. So.
Well, which bingo do you go to?
Buzz Bingo.
What's it called?
Buzz Bingo.
Buzz Bingo. See, the question is, do they own the building or do they rent the building? Because if they rent the building, the trouble is the landlord probably still wants his money. And that's where businesses go under. You see? So your bingo hall won't be open. Therefore, there's no money coming in, but the council will still want their rates. The landlord will still want his or the company's rent, probably owned by a large company somewhere. And that's when the business folds. So I don't know if your bingo hall will survive. It depends whether they own the building or not.
I mean, all bingo halls in the country
yes.
are all shut down. So.
Yeah, someone said was asking me about churches the other day. Well, how are the churches surviving? Well, they got no money coming in, of course. Certainly my church have asked you to do like standing orders, so they still get money in. But the thing is with the churches, they own the buildings, so there's no rent to pay. You know, so they're lucky with that. That being said, they would still be having to pay rent and rates and electricity and gas and all that business.
Yeah, I don't really know an answer to that one. So, it's a very old building, I know that.
There we are. Any other questions, Peter?
Well, as I say, I thought I'd ask anyway for the extra bingo, but you've been a great help to me throughout this pandemic anyway. But, thank you very much indeed, Chris. Nice chatting to you this evening.
You might be able to have another chat show during the week at night if you want.
Yeah.
We might be able to do another chat show during the week at night time. He's not answered that.
It's much appreciated what you've all done for us anyway through this pandemic.
I can hear another voice. Is that my voice or your mum or something? Or your nan? Or
Sorry. I've got the computer on now. Let's turn that down a bit.
Okay. Well, I've just had my computer fixed, I'm pleased to say. That's all working nicely. Although I've got a problem with the laptop now. The laptop won't turn on. Oh dear. It's not been plugged in for some time. Couple of months perhaps. Anyway, I thought it might be not charged or something like that. But you plug in and you try and switch it on. You can hear the fan start up and then the caps lock just flashes white slowly. And it doesn't do anything. And then eventually it just goes off.
Good.
Yeah, something else. I was going to get it fixed and then I thought, well, I'm not working at the moment. I'm not even sure if the jobs are going to come back when it is all over. And it will be over at some point. We've just got to hold our nerve and just obey the rules, wash your hands and all that business. Hold your nerve and we'll come out the other end all right at some point. I don't know when that is. You don't know when that is. Even they don't know when that is. The scientists, not even the scientists.
We don't know at all.
So, fingers crossed with that.
Idiots not obeying the rules and it's gone way out of control now.
You don't take any notice of them. You carry on and you make sure you're all right and your family, all right?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. I always appreciate all your help through this pandemic anyway. Nice
all right,
to chat
Peter.
to you, Chris.
Look after yourself. Cheerio now. There we are.
Bye.
Peter Wright calling in there. If you'd like to call in tonight, it's 020-8144-3477. Any predictions at all for this year? Anything you'd like to see happening? Eh? I'm still waiting for that phone call from BBC One for a late night TV show. I have a feeling my appearance on BBC Look North, BBC One, last January, was around this time last year, funnily enough. I think that might have been the only time I'm ever going to be on the telly. But never mind. Stranger things would happen. I mean, look, Gemma Collins became a star. So why not? 020-8144-3477. I will also predict that I should be able to lose some sort of weight. I'd like to be 12 stone 6. I'm at the moment 13 stone 7.2. So fingers crossed I can lose a little bit of weight there. Although I must admit to the other day purchasing in Aldi a large £2.99 box of Maltesers. But don't worry, I didn't have them all in one sitting. 2 sittings. There's like the ones at the bottom and the one, oh, they were delicious. I can't remember the last time I had Maltesers. I think it was probably around my nephew's house, sharing them with the children. Well, they don't share. I've noticed that with great nieces and nephews. Once you give them a bag of sweets, you won't actually get a sweet from that bag, even if you ask. George Bond's on the line. Good evening, George.
Good evening, Chris.
How are you today, dear? Everything all right?
Yeah.
How is Lily doing? Because Lily had the coronavirus, didn't she?
Yeah. She had another test and she's negative now.
Oh, so she had it and it's gone, or the first test was false?
Yeah. No, she had enough test and it's gone now.
Right, just let people know, Lily is 8 years old?
8.
8 years old. Do they know where she got that? Was it school?
No, her dad's mum.
Oh, right, okay. But was she very ill or just a little bit sniffly or what? Because it affects everyone so differently, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was just like a normal cold.
Good. Yeah, that's what they say about a lot of the younger people. They just get a bit of a cold, don't they? Good. Well, I'm glad she's all right. What are you calling in about, George? Is it predictions, dear?
Nothing really, but I've got a New Year resolution.
A New Year resolution? Yes, go on.
Yeah. I'm doing a keto diet.
Now I can help you. Well, I can't help you, but my brother-in-law and my sister can help you with that one. They do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, my nephew's wife, Stacey, she's made keto cakes before, which I've thoroughly enjoyed, including a keto cheesecake, which I spotted once in her fridge. Oh, she wouldn't let me have a slice of that. Oh, that's for your sister. Well, I couldn't have a slice of it. I only wanted one slice. It's not like I wanted the old blooming cake, is it? God's sake, man.
Yeah, I was watching their, I think it was Butler's Empire channel.
Butler's Empire, yeah, that's another YouTube channel. My brother-in-law and my sister are on there.
Yeah, I was watching that with the keto diet and carbs and vegetarian. I was like, I should try this.
Yes, you should. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Have you
And so
started
that's-
doing anything about your weight? Because I know you're a little bit over as well, aren't you, my love?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing a keto diet for.
Have you started this already?
I started it, yeah.
You have started, have you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what was your weight before? Would you like to join my list? There's me on it so far, and that's it.
I forgot to weigh myself.
Pardon?
I forgot to weigh myself.
Well, go on, off you go. Go and weigh yourself, dear. Let me just write your name down here. George.
Okay, bear with.
Yeah.
Talk to the guys.
Take the phone with you. Hoist yourself up onto that scales, darling.
I won't at the moment because my nan and papa downstairs.
So?
And they would ask who I'm talking to.
Right. Well, just tell them you're talking to some really old bloke, some strange man that your mother told you not to talk to. Tell her you're talking to one of those.
No.
Go on, see
I
what she
won't.
says. Do you want me to come on? Shall I come on the phone and start saying strange things to you down the phone for her to listen to? How about this one? Hello, George. What are you wearing today? Something like that. Does that go down well or not really?
No.
No. Well, where are the scales downstairs?
Yes.
Well, go downstairs, leave the phone up here, right,
Yeah.
upstairs, go downstairs, weigh yourself, and then come back upstairs, and then tell us what it is. We're waiting, thank you.
Yes.
I'll leave the phone open, so talk as soon as you come back, all right?
Okay.
All right, I'll wait for you, darling. While we're waiting for George to come back, we'll say hello to a couple of people on the text. Good evening to Christina. Evening, Christina. Welcome to our show. Lee Toby says you're looking very smart tonight. Thank you, Lee. Yes, the smart jackets are back out. The Christmas ones have gone back now, I'm afraid. All back. The jumpers, all back in the cupboard for this year. Later on this year. Let's hope we have a nice Christmas this year, eh? I want to go to London again. You know, walk round Selfridges and places like that. I like doing that. Shania's gone to do rosary. Thank you, Shania. All right. Hello, Shania. There we are. We've done more inch. Let me just clear some of those down while he's weighing himself. I hope it's going to be in stones and pounds. Otherwise, I'll have to go a conversion. I'm sure one or two of you is good at maths. Let's have a look. Mike in Brighton is making a prediction. Just a second. Whereas Mike in Brighton says, I predict Trump and Prince Andrew will both be named for doing naughty things to underage girls by Epstein. Is it Epstein's girlfriend, who is currently in jail in America? Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. We'll see that news story seems to have disappeared, doesn't it? That Prince Andrew thing. Be very interesting to see what happens there. 020-8144-347 is the phone in number. You can't call at the moment because George is on the phone. If I'm on a call, here's a little tip. If I'm on a call, I can't take another one, okay? It will just ring and go to answer phone. So you've got to wait until someone's off the phone. George is on hold at the moment. He's just gone to weigh himself. Maureen says, I would like you to do another evening chat show as I miss your daily chat shows. Yes, well, of course, I do the radio show in the morning now, Maureen. Which I thoroughly enjoy, and that's at reachonair.com. Every morning, reachonair.com, 9 till 10 o'clock, except on Monday next week, because I think it's someone's birthday, and they got... what's the date today? It's the 6th today, let's see. Yeah, next Monday I'm on at 10 o'clock next Monday because it's someone's birthday and they're doing sort of a one-off special there. Christina says, I miss your show. Well, we're here on Wednesday nights at the moment and Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock. But we're going to try and fit in another nighttime show. I'll have a look at my sort of diary and see what's best for people. I don't want to do too many nighttime shows because I do night times when I'm up in Lincolnshire. I like to spend time both. I mean, don't tell her, right? Please don't tell her this because I just never really end of it. I like to spend a little time with my sister. You know, please don't. And of course, my nephew and his family. You know, Stacey and Harry, Evie, and Olivia, and my other niece. Of course, she's in Cyprus at the moment, but they'll be coming back. I think this time next year. That 3 years they've been there. Where's that gone? 3 years. We've done that story already, Peter. Glenda says, I can't catch your radio show live now as you've changed the time. I'm still sleeping at 4 a.m. when you come on. Well, you know you can get a replay on there, Glenda, don't you? You can get it on the replay. There's a replay thing up there. So when you get up at 10 o'clock, just put it on. It's just the same. You know, it's just the same. What's that noise? Oh, it's just. I forgot you was. Oh, I thought what that. I thought I'd been broken into. I thought 25 to 30-year-old lads, 8 of them, had broken into my house and were about to do terrible things to me. How disappointing it's you. Right, what you got? I've got my pen ready.
3, 2.
Eh?
3, 2.
3, 2.
Yeah.
Right.
9, 0.
What's 3290?
That's how much I weigh.
3290?
Yes.
Well, I don't know what that is, to be honest. 3290?
That's what it says on the weighing scales.
You can't be 32 stone, are you? Could you be 32?
That's what it says on the weighing scales.
That can't be kilos, unless it's 300. No. 32 stone. Is that possible? You weigh 32 stone, or don't you know?
That must be it, yeah. Stone. I was doing stone.
Let me just have a look.
Error.
Pardon?
Every time I've done kilos, it keeps coming to error.
It comes up as error. I don't think that's right, George. I can't see you. I don't know. I mean, what does a 32 stone person look like? Well, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you could ask your nan to ask next. Not now, but next time, ask your nan. Say, what does that say, Nan? What do I weigh? And write that down and let us know. Okay. I won't put that down because that don't sound right. 32 stone, but I suppose it could be.
Yeah.
I don't know really. Well, anyway, whatever. You good luck with that keto diet, George. Eh?
Gary Ross is just
Gary says £320. Ooh,
Gary Ross is just
hang on a minute.
saying,
Yeah,
no way you're that. No,
£320 in stone. Hang on a minute. What could that be? 22.85. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Gary, as my nephew. We reckon you're about 22 stone. 22 stone, we reckon. So 22.85 stone, but you say £3,290. So I write that as well. Okay. So here's your challenge, George.
Yeah.
Let's see you go down £2 next week. So at the moment you're £320. Okay. I would like you to be £318 next week.
Okay.
Okay? Now, if you're doing the keto diet, that should be relatively easy. Here's a clue. Do not weigh yourself every day. You'll get disappointed. Don't weigh yourself every day. Just once a week on the same day. So you've done it Wednesday. Weigh yourself next Wednesday. All right?
Okay.
Weigh yourself next Wednesday and see how you do. This is the hard bit. No bread. No cake, unless it's keto bread.
I'm eating no bread.
You can get keto bread. I think my sister makes that with... Would it be almond flour she uses or something like that?
Yeah,
almond flour.
Almond.
There's keto bread, there's keto cakes and things like that. But basically no normal flour and no normal bread or normal cakes. I'm afraid crisps are out of the window. That's one of the worst things, crisps.
I don't eat crisps.
Oh, I love them. Oh, George, I love crisps. Walker's cheese and onion crisps. Oh, my God, I love them. There are fat-free crisps or reduced fat crisps. I don't know. When I look at the calories on the back of crisps, in comparison to the light ones and the normal ones, there's not much difference. You know, I'm kind of thinking, well, why do people even bother changing them over? No sweets, no chocolates. Do you like a bit of chocolate?
I used to eat a lot of chocolate, but I've cut. I don't eat it now.
Well, what? Tell me a bad thing that you have been eating.
Like, what do you mean by that?
What do you think is bad for you that you've been eating?
Before the keto diet, I used to eat a lot of what was it? Oh, I can't think what it's called.
Fudge?
No, mince.
Mince?
Yeah.
Mince.
Yeah.
Is that your favourite, like, sweet type thing, is it?
Yeah. I can't think what they're called. They're like stripy mints.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I have mints. I've got compliments from Aldi. They come in a little tin. Great niece Evie nicks these from me. She nicked a whole tin from my caravan once. I didn't even notice until they turned up at her house. Shocking state of affairs, dear. Well, if you like mints, maybe on Wednesday next week, if you've lost weight, why don't you treat yourself to 2 or 3 mints? Yeah, I've got something to aim for.
Humbugs?
Humbugs. Oh, yeah, the humbugs. That's them, yeah.
Yeah.
Have a couple of those next Wednesday if you've lost the weight, all right?
Yeah.
All right, George. Thanks for calling in, George.
Okay.
Nice to talk to you. Cheerio now. There we are. Got our George Bond. He's going to try on the old weight loss thing. There's a line available now. First one to call in, 020 8144 3477 is my number. 020 8144 3477. I've just got a little bit confused with my paperwork here. Just a moment, please. There we are. Peter Wright on the weight loss and anyone else that might want to do it. Texting in, Mike. Yes, that's right, Mike. Stripy mints are humbugs. Humbug. Humbugs are also people that don't spend any money at Christmas on other people, aren't they? I think. Quite possibly. Adam the plumber is on the line. Good evening, Adam.
Good evening, Chris. How are you?
How are you, sir? You down in Kent?
I am down in Maidstone.
In Mason. Can I just do a couple of these texts before I chat to you there?
Go for it.
Chris Woodhouse says, don't encourage him. He will eat the whole tin. He won't eat the whole tin, George. He won't eat the whole tin. Just a couple of mints. If he loses the weight, okay? Stacey said he weighed himself in pounds. Yes, he has, as Gary said there. And Glenda as well says he means pounds. So thank you very much for that. Yes, of course, he's done it in pounds. Because you've got different settings on scales, haven't you, if I remember rightly, Adam? Pounds. I think I've got stones and... stones and pounds and kilograms on mine, but some have got just pounds as well, haven't they? Isn't that American? They don't do stones, do they, in America?
No.
Okay, Adam, what are you chatting about today, dear?
Well, I'd like to join the Chris Crunching Pound Club.
Oh, the Chris Crunching Pound Club. Oh, I like that. Chris Crunching Pounds. Let's just put that title at the top there. Chris Crunching Pounds. Crunching pounds. Hang on, pounds. There we go. I will write your name down. Adam the plumber.
Yes,
And your
Royston as
weight
well.
at the moment, please, is...
Dum 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 dum. If I stop moving,
That's it. Come on, hoist yourself onto those old scales, dear. Oh, I can hear them screaming at me now. Get off.
19 stone 1.
19 stone 1, okay.
Yes.
19 stone and 1 pound. Okie doke. Well, you know the rules. Well, there are no rules. It's up to you how you lose your weight. I've got my own methods. Everyone's got their own.
Yep.
All you've got to do is let us know next Wednesday, either here or live on my world-famous radio television programmes, what you weigh next Wednesday, and I'll add you on the list, and we're all doing it together. If I was really clever, Adam, I would be able to do one of those Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, but I've no idea how to do that, so I'll just write it on a piece of paper. Good.
And could you add Royston onto it as well?
Can I do what?
Add Royston as well.
Royston, yes. Royston, the other half.
Yes, Royston, the other half.
One moment, please. Okay, have you swapped over? You're not standing on the scales at the same time, are you?
No, we're not. No,
we're
really?
Because you've given me a number there, which is quite high.
15 stone 8 for Royston.
15 stone 8. Well, he's not far above me, is he?
No, he was only 9 stone when I met him.
Oh, well, that's 4 people on here now. I thought it was just going to be me on the list.
No.
Excellent.
Now, a recommendation for people.
Yes?
Weigh themselves at the same time. Don't do it, don't sort of do it in early in the morning and then sort of come on the show at night and say, I've lost, because your weight will be different in the morning. Also, what else can we suggest? Make sure you have a nice breakfast. And
what would you recommend for breakfast, Adam? Because you're a Slimming World man, aren't you?
Yes, I personally like...
Wait till you hear this, boys and girls. Wait till you hear what you can have for breakfast on Slimming World.
Right.
Go.
I personally go for poached eggs, baked beans, and a dead animal sausage.
Oh, but you can have a Linda McCartney one if you don't like dead animals.
You can have a Linda McCartney one. I'm not sure what the Linda McCartney ones contain, sins.
Oh, I don't know either. Shall I look that up, dear?
Yes, yes, why not? And while you're doing that, I would recommend something for dinner or for lunch, something like a nice jacket potato with some baked beans on it, maybe. And then an evening meal could be something like some cold cooked chicken or some vegetarian substitute with, let's say, new potatoes and some mixed veg. And the more mixed veg that you have, the more chance you've got of losing some weight, because obviously if you fill the plate more with mixed veg, then you reduce the other items that you put on it. And obviously the mixed veg does, or any veg does actually help the weight loss journey.
I have information on the Linda McCartney sausages. They are half a sin each.
Oh, very good.
That's good, isn't it? Half a sin each.
Very good. Very good. That's good. Obviously, you make your overnight oats, which are obviously sin-free.
Yes.
For anybody who wants to follow the Slimming World. And for recipe ideas, look up online and see what you can find for stuff. Don't forget to use 5% less fat if you're using meat. And try not to snack during the day. Try and make yourself a grazing box, as we call it.
Grazing, so darling. I just sound like a cow. Moo!
A grazing
Moo!
box. Yes. Instead of sort of going for the biscuits or going for the Jaffa cakes or whatever you want to, whatever your fancy is,
Jaffa
take
cakes.
a little box to work with you. And
Jaffa cakes, they're so light. Surely there can't be many sins on a little old orange Jaffa cake.
About 5 per cake.
5 per cake. And we're allowed 15 a day, aren't we?
Exactly. What does that say on your list for Jaffa cake?
Oh, I don't know. I don't dare look, dear. Have you gone?
Quite good.
Oh, I thought I'd lost you then for a moment.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
You will never lose me. I'm one of your loyal followers.
Good.
I'll be following you when you've got your coffin cam installed, even.
The coffin cam, yes. Well,
yes.
When I die, I'm going to put a camera in my coffin. Well, you won't really be able to watch that, Adam, because you'll be gone first, dear. and
You
let
never
you
know.
lose some of that weight that you've just reported.
Well, you never know. It depends what information, what information I give you to lose weight, And, as I say, where there's a will, there's an inheritance.
Yeah, true.
What we like.
Well, good. I've got your information here.
Yep.
Thank you, Adam. Have you got any predictions for this year at all? Anything you think might happen? Not the virus thing, because we've done that to kind of deaf people.
I think, is anything going to happen this year? Well, I'd like to say theatres are reopened, but that's about it.
Yes. It's nearly a year ago since you took me to see the wonderful Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually watching a lot of them now on Sky. I know you haven't got it, but Sky Arts.
Oh yes,
and
no,
on
that's
YouTube.
free at the moment. That's free at the moment. That I can get that at the moment. Yes, they
Okay.
I don't know what you call it. They uncharged it. They made it free to
Yeah.
everyone. It's actually on Freeview. It's on Freeview.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, because we watched the other night. We watched Billy Elliot, and we've recorded Les Miserables and Phantom of the Opera.
Oh. And they're all stage things, are they? You're not talking about
They're
films?
all stage. Yeah, no, they're all stage productions. Yeah, they're all proper stage productions. And there's a very funny one that I watched, which I've watched 7 times when it was actually in the theatre, called One Man, Two Governors.
Oh right, okay.
It's absolutely hilarious, and you can actually download that.
Don't know that one at all.
So there's quite a few out there to watch, and that's what we've been doing during this thing. Is we've been sort of putting the telly on and sort of grabbing the popcorn, as it were, or
Well, I hope you find 1 or 2 minutes for my shows and my entertainment, darling.
I have you on every morning.
Oh, thank God for that, dear.
And
I
if
thought
I- and,
I've lost a listener. I can't afford to lose any listeners, dear.
And if I miss you, I push the read and rewind button.
The read and rewind button, yes. Perhaps I should have my own player.
And you come backing straight towards me.
I should have my own player. Can I not have an app? An app that just broadcasts all my stuff permanently? I did try and get on the.
There's somebody out there.
I did try and get my shows on the Reading buses the other morning, but he said that wasn't possible.
Yes, I did hear that. Yeah,
I
don't know why he
said
that's not
dear.
possible. Of course it's possible.
Mortally disappointed.
It's only got to lay the phone next to the microphone and push play.
Yeah.
We'll have to think of interesting places we could get Chris Reardon played.
Right.
Now, where could we get you played? Well, we could get you played in supermarkets instead of Asda FM. We could have
Why are Asda
Reardon
wasting
FM.
money with tin pot DJs when they could be playing my shows out in their supermarkets?
Well, I was listening to you earlier, and you finished, and the next DJ came on, and there's like a 30-second break, and then they started playing their music.
Well, that's not necessarily the person's fault. What happens is on the computer we have time countdown things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you log in too early, the synchronization can go out. So the secret is to log into this thing about 2 minutes before you're due to start. Now, that sounds easy, but at 2 minutes, you might forget to push the start button. So you can start, and you haven't actually sent in your show anywhere. So that's a little bit dangerous. So it's not the presenter's fault. That's just how it works. And it's actually not the software fault either. It's just the way the internet works. For example, you're not receiving this show instantly. It'll be anything between sort of 5 and 20 seconds ago for me to say something, you to actually see it at the end. It's the same with the radio thing. It's not the fault of the presenter.
No, I know what you mean. It's just the way the show sometimes comes across, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I do understand what you mean by that. But there we go. That's
all right, Adam.
but
Well, thanks very much. You've been added to the list.
Thank you, dear. Speak to you soon.
Look after
Take
yourself.
care.
Cheerio. Adam the plumber calling in there from Maidstone in Kent. 0208 144 3477 is my phone number. Hello to Danny Drayton. He does a show on Reach on air as well. Hello, Danny, who says, tuned into the YouTube show tonight. I would weigh myself, but I've left the scales at my old house. Oh, that old trick, eh? Left the scales at your old house. Come on, mate. Do us a favour. I did try the speaking cakes. the speaking cakes at Boots. The speaking scales at Boots, and it said one at a time, please. Oh, don't get on one of those speaking ones. That's terrible. Getting on the speaking scales. All those people listening. Take another call, Amelia. Good evening, Amelia.
Good evening, Chris.
How are you today, darling? Now, whereabouts are you again, my love?
Hang on. My mum wants me.
Okay. Shall I go?
No.
Pardon? Oh, she's talking to her mum. Fran says, pink and white waters if you want a treat. 2.5 cents. What are pink and white? Oh, pink and white wafers. Oh, they're nice, they are.
Well, I'm back.
I haven't had those for ages. Not for ages. Hello, Amelia. How are you, dear?
All right.
What do you want to say, darling?
I'm doing a sugar diet.
A what?
But basically,
There's a lot of noise in the
diet-
background, darling. We're having
basically
trouble
having a
hearing
sugar
you.
diet.
All I can hear is myself coming back to me.
Basically, I'm basically doing like a no sugar diet.
A low sugar diet.
Yeah.
Okay, what sort of
basically
thing?
No sugar at all.
What sort of things does that include, my love?
Like no sweets, chocolate, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then sugar.
Some people say sugar is like a drug. You know, you're kind of addicted to it. It's a little bit too noisy in the background there, my love, Amelia. I'm really sorry, my darling. I'll have to let you go because I can just hear myself coming back to me all the time, my darling. But never mind. 020-8144-3477 is the phone number tonight. Pink and white wafers I like very much. I quite like chocolate digestive biscuits. My friend Denise Andrews sent me a packet of chocolate. They're all gone. All I've got left is a few after 8 mints. After 8 minutes. Can only have a couple of those, though, can't you? They become a little bit too much after 8, but maybe 2 or 3 at a time maximum for the after 8 minutes. Chris Woodhouse says, Moo, by the end of this lockdown, we might as well all need to go on a diet. Well, you certainly will, Chris. Shall I add you to this, darling? Do you want to be added to my list of people who are trying to lose a little bit of weight? We're all sharing our weight each week. And if you've gone up, don't worry, I won't take the mick or anything like that. It's our little weight, what are we calling it? Chris's Crunching Pounds. A bit of a mouthful, but I'm used to a mouthful or two. Chris's Crunching Pounds. Each week we'll be revealing people's weights, okay? But if you've gone up, don't worry, no one's going to take the mick out of you, okay? Can I be on your list for the weight thing, says Amelia? Yes, indeed you can, Amelia. Sorry, darling, there was a lot of noise coming back to me. I think you might have had me up too loud on another device somewhere. But I'll add you to the list, Amelia. Okay, could you weigh yourself and tell us what you're weighing at the moment, darling? And then each Wednesday, we get together here and we tell each other what our weights are, I say. So if you could go and weigh yourself now, and perhaps text back with what your weight is. All right, Amelia? Thank you, darling. George Bond says, I've tried Richmond sausages for dinner. Oh, Richmond sausages are very nice, actually. They do a vegetarian one. Richmond sausages, they do a vegetarian one. My sister introduced me to those. Yes, they do frozen ones and fresh ones as well. Very tasty indeed. All right. 020-8144-3477 is my phone number. Joey Millen is sending a text. He says, hope you're well and keeping safe with this lockdown. We're all being as safe as we possibly can, Mr. Millen. All being very careful. Amelia is 17 stone and 4 pounds. Lovely. 17 stone and 4 pounds. Thank you, Amelia, my love. So you're on the list there. So we want to try and lose a pound or 2 by next week. No need to go mad. You might be surprised if you stick to what you're doing. You might be surprised how well you quickly lose. One of the worst things I think you can do is pick at bits of food all the time and sweets, that sort of thing. Chris Woodhouse is just under 11 stone. Oh, Christ, Chris. Can you send me a address and I'll send you a pair of scales round that are actually working, dear? What have you just put? 1 foot on there or something, dear? 020-8144-3477 is our phone-in number on the show tonight. Okay. Here we are. Here's a story for you. George Bond, what's he saying there? He eats Richmond vegetarian sausages. They're nice, aren't they? And they're so easy to do. You can either just put them in the oven or under the grill. I usually put sausages under the grill. I have Quorn sausages and Linda McCartney sausages. Now, what did I have for dinner? I might have those tonight, actually, or shall I? I might have a burger and beans and a few potatoes for my dinner tonight after the show. Very tasty. There's a story here. I can just find that now. I've lost my stories. I haven't put them in the right order. How foolish am I? No, I've lost that story. Oh, how annoying. Never mind. Here's a thing. Schools programmes. Schools programmes are coming back to BBC Television. How fantastic is that? I used to love schools programmes. So, you know when you're off sick? You used to be at home. Get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Something like that. On a school day. Mum and Dad would go out to work. You'd be in the house on your own. On went the schools programmes. I used to love them. I used to love the little bits in between the programmes. It was a school's diamond like that. And it was very clever. All different graphics and things going around on there. But of course they disappeared a few years ago, schools programmes. That's what used to be on BBC One. We never had all these breakfast things and housewives chatting to each other and dramas and things like that. And the BBC's answers to This Morning, which had one of the worst sets I've ever seen in my life. A dirty old carpet. Did you see it? I can't remember what it was called now. The BBC's very short answer to This Morning with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield. Well, the BBC did their own type of thing, which was only on for about an hour, but the set was horrendous. This dirty old carpet rug thing on the floor, some ghastly chairs. Oh, it was just awful. But schools programmes are coming back. On the BBC website, BBC Television is to help children keep up with their studies during the latest lockdown by broadcasting lessons on BBC Two Colour and Children's BBC. How fabulous is that? Now, question is, what schools programmes do you remember from years ago? When you was at school, what schools programmes do you remember? Do you remember any of them at all? I used to love them. It says, the BBC will show curriculum-based programmes on television from Monday. They will include 3 hours of primary school programmes every weekday on Children's BBC and at least 2 hours for secondary pupils on BBC Two. I love it. Now, when we was at school, I don't remember the programmes ever being shown at school. I think there was one occasion only, that I seem to remember them wheeling out the big telly with the doors. Remember that? Was it black and white? I think it was black and white, wasn't it? It was a black and white telly, and it used to be on this stand. And it was like in a wooden box like that, and you used to open the doors like that, right? And the school's programmes would come on. It was fantastic. But we never used to use it. We had the telly. It used to sit in the corner in the classroom. I don't remember actually watching it. We used to watch the school's programmes at school. Sitting at home. Sitting there with tea and toast. Do you remember any of the school's programmes? What were they called? Send us a text and let us know. 07551 259 675. Or you can call in about this. 020 8144 3477 on the phone number. Some of the programmes that I remember. Maths in a Box. Do you remember that? BBC One. Maths. There was Scene. That was on BBC One. I think, if I remember rightly, Scene, the opening credits were like blocks. Weren't they blocks? Like square blocks or something like that on there. There was Words and Pictures. That was on BBC One. You must remember some of these old schools programmes. Did they have that in America, Glenda? Schools programmes on the television at all? Have anything like that? There was Words and Pictures. I certainly remember that one again on BBC One. That might have been the one with the blocks. I can't remember. Leapfrog on ITV. Does that ring a bell? Leapfrog. History on Your Doorstep. That was on ITV. How We Used to Live. History programme. That was on ITV. Picture Box had the most wonderful. That was a schools programme. Picture Box had the most wonderful theme tune. I can't remember. I wonder if that's on here somewhere. Picture Box. Ooh. No, I won't be able to play it, will I, because of the copyright. Basic Maths. Do you remember that one? Do you not remember any of these programmes? The schools programmes on the telly? See, I remember more than the schools programmes, the bits in between the schools programmes. I quite liked all these different various clocks and little dots. And as I say, the little diamond thing that they used over the years. I actually used some of those bits of music that they had with these clocks in my radio show every morning. 9 till 10, reachonair.com. Glenda in the USA says, I think they had after-school specials on television, but I rarely watched them. We don't have them anymore, so they don't have them either there anymore. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame they took them all off. So, did they... I mean, I seem to remember... I was in school in London, primary school in London. We never... Well, I don't think we even had televisions in our secondary school, the London Oratory, which was in Fulham. I don't think we had tellies in there at all, if I remember rightly. But at primary school, we had one in each class, sitting in the corner there, waiting to be used. Any others here? The Boy from Space? Don't remember that one. But what did they do with all those schools programmes? In London, we had the Inner London Education Authority, and they also had their own schools programmes. That was a very unusual piece of music that they used, and I've never been able to find that one. Let's have a look here. Salmon Still says, I think there was a programme called Stop, Look, Listen. Yes, you're absolutely right. I definitely remember that one. That was from Thames, that one, I remember rightly. Well, I've got a bit sore here. Can you see that soreness? You know what that's from, don't you? Cheap bleeding razors from Lidl. Don't buy these from Lidl, look. Don't buy them. Honestly, it's a brand new razor I used earlier. Scratched my face to pieces. Awful things. Cheap and nasty, I suppose, that's why. Not spending £10 on a Wilkinson sword, dear. Far too expensive. Yep, so I remember that one. Shania's back from Rosary. Welcome back. That was a long Rosary today. Were they going slow, dear? You having trouble keeping up with other people? Welcome back, Shania. Mike in Brighton was going to mention the vegetarian Richmond sausages. They're very nice. They're very nice. Stop, Look, Listen. Well, I'm surprised. I thought you would have known a few more of these programmes. There's a site called TV Cream, which I think has all sorts of schools programmes and little pictures that they used to use in between the shows on there. All right, if you want to have a little look at that. School dinners. How about school dinners? Did you enjoy those? At primary school, I don't really enjoy the school. Didn't really enjoy those primary school. In fact, I think I went over to bringing my own sandwiches in at primary school because I just didn't like the school dinners. They were horrible. Especially the cheese pie. Oh, it was vile. Cheese pie. I picked up my dinner once and I had this cheese pie and vegetables. I can't remember what it was now. And a pudding. And I had a bit of this cheese pie. And it was horrible. So I left it and ate the pudding. Then when I went to the thing, we know where you chuck away the food that you didn't want. One of the cooks was standing there. And before she said, just a minute. I see that you've had your pudding. Perhaps you'll go back and have a bit of my cheese pie now. And I had to go back and eat it. Oh, it was horrible. I don't know if I actually ate it. I think I waited until she wasn't looking, then chucked it away and ran out. Primary school food wasn't nice. It was all cooked there, but the really nice food was at my secondary school, the London Oratory. Oh, it was delicious. There wasn't a single time there that I didn't enjoy a meal. There's always a choice of different things. And one of the dinner ladies who used to give out the food, her name was Vera. And she was a character. She was a great big tall lady. She was very big. She wasn't fat. She was just big and tall. Great big lady like that. And I think she was from one of the Caribbean places, right? I loved her to bits. But she just didn't seem to like children. She liked me for some reason. I always got on really well with her. You know. And it'd be my turn. Hello, miss. And I'd put my plate out. She'd put the food. Do you want some more grease? Oh, yeah, all right then. She put another one on my plate. Other boys would go up to her when they'd finished their dinner, you know. Once all the classes had gone, you'd go, I ask for seconds. Miss, are there any seconds, please? There are no seconds, darling. And then she'd pick up the whole thing and just turn her back on them and walk back in and chuck it all away so the kids couldn't have any more. Not me. Do you want some more of this sponge pudding, Chris? Yes, please, miss. And you know that big vat of mincemeat that they have? It's like a big container, metal thing like that. It used to be there swirling around with the grease on top, wouldn't it? And you know, your potato. I've always remember one of the boys say, "What's that, miss?" "It's shit, love." She goes. Oh, she was a character. I'd love to meet her again. I really would like to meet her again. And she would be in her 80s now. But I always got on well with her. She was so funny. I'm sure she just didn't like children. Shania's just texting. She was ill. Was she ill after? Hang on a minute. Peter Wright. Gillette razors are dear, not cheap. Old rubbish from Lidl. You're asking for trouble. That they're not good, these ones. The disposable razors. But I bought disposable razors. They weren't like this, though. They like had a more metally grey handle from Aldi. And those ones came with changeable heads. You know, so when one started wearing out a bit, you just changed the head. They were very good. They seem to do a good job without cutting your face to bits. These are brand new. I used one this afternoon. I thought I'll have a shave this afternoon. So if I cut myself, it's got time to dry. Do you remember that time I shaved just before the show once? It wouldn't stop bleeding, would it? It was pouring out everywhere. I was practically de-blooding in front of you all. Awful. But these are not very good either. I might just have to chuck those ones away because they're damaging me. Simon, do you remember the Open University? Oh, yes. Ba 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 ba. Oh yeah, we remember the Open University. That was good. That was good. 0208 144 3477 is my phone-in number if you want to give us a call this morning, gang, or this evening. Once again, gang, if you're new to the show or you haven't been here for a while, just to let you know, I don't come into the chat box at all. So if you're trying to send me a message and you're wisely reading out my messages, I don't go in the chat box. It's too busy, okay? You need to send me either a text on 07551 259 675 or call in yourself 0208 144 3477. It all runs a lot smoother like this anyway. Yeah, the Open University, Simon says, were programmes always presented by highly intelligent, nerdy, middle-aged blokes with baggy jumpers on. Well, that would be you then. Do you consider yourself a highly intelligent person, Simon? You're certainly not stupid like some of these millennials, are you? Eh? Oh, they're moaning again. The millennials are moaning again. The millennials are moaning again. I'll come to that in a moment. Shania says, no. Shania didn't have school dinners. She was ill after having one once. So probably a coincidence, but she always had a packed lunch. That's what I had eventually. Packed lunch. Sandwiches. Crisps. Cake. Used to throw away the apple, did you? No, I don't want apple, Mum. Nowadays they get a choice of main meal, jacket potato or baguette. I think A lot of the schools these days, the dinners are cooked off site, aren't they? And they can't possibly be as good as they're cooked off site. I'm sorry. We had kitchens. We had our own kitchens. There was six. I think there were 6 kitchens, if I remember rightly. One for each house. There was like Moore, Campion, and Fisher houses. I was in Moore South. George uses Audi razors as well. Well, they're cutting my face to bits, they are. Anyway, the millennials are moaning again, gang. This time it's Grease. Here we go again. Iconic 70s movie Grease has been slammed as rapey, racist and homophobic by woke snowflakes as they demand it's never shown on TV again. Oh, give it a rest, will you lot? Please give it a rest. I heard that the BBC the other day stuck a warning up before Dad's Army in case that offended someone. It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? The Grease hit musical starring John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John was shown on Boxing Day on BBC One, Colour. I'm not being funny. Grease on BBC One on Boxing Day? Couldn't you have come up with something a bit newer than that? What happened to the big films we used to have on at Christmas? Christmas Day Boxing Day, you'd have something on that hadn't been on the telly before, wouldn't you? Well, I mean, it might have been on Netflix. Oh, dear. Anyway, after revisiting the film, many viewers found it was out of date and hadn't aged well. Are they for real, these people? I don't get it. Grease is a story of boy meets girl with a few coming-of-age lines and stolen cars thrown in for good measure. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. However, it says it's ultimately a fun, feel-good movie, which it is, it always has been, with a plethora of songs that stick your head for absolutely ages. I used to sing one of those songs with my friend Non-Irish Mary, who's no longer with us. We used to do the Grease Mega Mix together on stage at Central Station. Not just Central Station, actually. I think we did it at Belushi's in Camden. Maybe even the Black Cat. We used to sing this Grease medley. However, in the light of the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA rights and awareness, lots of viewers felt it no longer has a place in today's TV schedule. I wonder how many they mean by lots. I bet it's like 10 people have moaned. Don't you? I bet it's about 10 people that have moaned. In one particular scene, Danny and Sandy, can't you see I'm a misery? That one. Danny and Sandy are at the drive-in movie when the greasy-haired bloke makes an unwanted play for his girlfriend and awkwardly her breast. Well, isn't that what young people do? Well, no, I wouldn't. I'm sure you wouldn't. But don't young people do that? Stupid. Of course they do. Talking to Twitter, there's the problem, you see Twitter. One of them wrote, the drive-in botched make-out session between Danny and Sandy hasn't aged well. Film kind of glides right into the song, Sandy, before viewers register the date, rapey vibe of the scene they just saw in Grease. Well, it's hardly a rape scene, is it? For Christ's sake. These people see stuff that isn't actually there. This is half the problem. They see something that isn't actually there. It's always gone on. And what would the girl do if he went too far? Smash him in the mouth. That's what she'd do. Or kick him in the ghoulies. That's what happens. Still happens now, I'm sure. With young people, that's how they are. While a third penned, damn, it seems like Danny's kind of rapey at the drive-in with Sandy Grease. Oh, please. Give it a rest, will you? Just turn it off and shut up. Stop spoiling it for everyone else. The film, set in an American high school in 1959, was one of the highest-grossing films of the 1970s and has a sequel and hit Broadway, a West End show created in its honour. Now viewers are seeing the hit musical with fresh eyes, and a wider appreciation and education for representation have condemned it for racism, sexism, homophobia and slut shaming. Now, where's the homophobia in that? Would someone explain that to me? As a gay man, would you please explain to me a film, Grease, which I love? Where is the homophobia in that, please? I mean, you have never seen anything so camp. All those girls with those little pink dresses. Camp, dear, camp. That is what gays being about. Camp, isn't it? Even in one of those songs, the bad girl, Rizzo, who we love Rizzo, played by Stockyard Channing, was condemned by her peers for having sex. Even in one of the songs she sings, there are worse things I could do than go with a boy of two. Right, that sounds fair enough to me, doesn't it, you? I mean, she could murder someone. That would be worse than going with a boy or two, wouldn't it? Or more. Whatever. At the school dance, there's a scene where clearly middle-aged host Vince Fontaine flirts with teenage student Marty, as he also tells her there were no same-sex couples allowed on the dance floor. Well, that's how it was then. It's not like that now. But that's how it was then. Why can't you just see it for what it was? It's just an entertainment film. No, they have to sit there picking stuff apart all the time, don't they? One clearly angered viewer complained, all couples must be boy or girl. Well, Grease, shove your homophobia. You see, it doesn't look homophobic to me. That was just his point of view. Isn't he allowed a point of view as well? And it goes on. So I don't know what you think about that. Do you like Grease, or are you offended by it by any chance? If you are, let us know. Send us a text 07551259675 or call in 02081443477. There is an email as well, gang. If you want to use the email, that's fine. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is the email address. Now, what else have we got here to tell you? Oh, Naga Monchetti, my favourite BBC person. She might be leaving BBC Breakfast. I thought she hadn't been there for a while. Do you watch her in the morning? Of course you don't. You're listening to me now, aren't you? Mind you, she finishes before me at 9 o'clock, Naga. Oh, yes. I'm only on 9 till 10. She finishes before me, Naga. Except I haven't seen her on for a few days. Dan was on this morning. I quite like Dan. And the blonde-haired lady, she don't smile much either, does she? Naga Manchetti has sparked fears she will be leaving BBC Breakfast. Please, Naga. Mark Bowles won't be happy with that. He likes Naga. She'll be leaving BBC Breakfast for good after admitting she is ready for her new job. What's she going to do, Naga? Perhaps she could host the Generation Game. And I want to play the game with you. That one. The popular BBC star has hosted the breakfast news programme for over 7 years alongside Misery Guts Charlie. Oh, he's a miserable git, he is. He reminds me a bit of that James O'Brien on LBC. Sitting there, snarling, not liking anything British at all. Misery Guts. She sits there, and Dan Walker. Dan's all right. He's quite smart, isn't he, Dan Walker? But revealed in October she would be taken over from Emma Barnett on BBC Radio 5. You see, I don't know why you'd leave BBC Breakfast to go on BBC Radio 5. I don't think they have many listeners on there. I don't know a single person that listens to BBC Radio 5. Do you? Or maybe you do. Do you listen to Radio 5? Let us know. Send us a text 07551259675 or phone in 02081443477 is the phone-in number. She says, on Sunday she shared a picture of her work bag and revealed she has been preparing for the first day of a new job. I've been sorting out my work bag and I'm ready to go back to the office. First day in a new job at BBC Radio 5 tomorrow. I get to work with a brilliant team and discuss stuff in our lives that matter with great guests and listeners. Naga will be hosting the radio show from 10 till 1. Oh, you can listen to her. She's on after me, dear. From 10 till 1 on Mondays to Wednesdays, and the BBC confirmed in October that she will keep her spot on the breakfast sofa from Thursdays to Saturdays. Or maybe she's back, what is it today, Wednesday? Maybe she's back tomorrow. She's very pretty. Have you seen a photo of Naga? One moment, please. Naga, one moment, please. Here. Photo of the beautiful Naga Monchetti. One moment. Naga Monchetti. Gorgeous. This is who we want on the BBC. People like that. And she gorgeous. Look at her, boys. Stunning lady. And she knows how to dress as well. She's got it all, Naga. I'd like to have her as a special guest here. Now, what do you think if she thinks of the film Grease? Oh, dear. Amelia's gone to bed now. Good night, Amelia. Amelia's had enough. Good night, darling. Thank you, Amelia. Question for you, gang. Have you ever had anything destroyed by your children? Could be anything at all. Perhaps some cooking that you've done. And I'm not talking about children helping you make a cake and then getting it wrong. I'm not talking about that. Have you ever had anything destroyed by your children? The Daily Mirror this morning. A mum was left absolutely heartbroken after discovering what her children had been doing upstairs on New Year's Eve. Makeup artist Jaylin went into the bathroom to find that the kids had decided to play with her beauty products and had destroyed hundreds of pounds worth of cosmetics and skincare items, some of which hadn't even been used. Now, believe it or not, I don't wear makeup. I know it's hard to believe, looking at this perfection that you see in front of you on the show tonight. I don't wear makeup. I know, surprising, isn't it? But I know people spend a lot of money on makeup. I always remember my niece, before she was married, and I went into her bedroom, and on her bed, I think it was a double bed, was strewn makeup items. I've never seen so many makeup just carelessly thrown onto the bed. And I said to her, well, where do you sleep? She said, in between it all. She don't move it. She had so much. What do you do with all this makeup, girls? Do you wear a lot of makeup, do you, as a matter of interest? Most of you don't need to. We only have a good-looking programme. People watching this programme, you don't need makeup. You look gorgeous. Not only had they ruined the expensive makeup she used as part of her business, but they also caused a lot of mess in the house. Pouring lotions, potions and even nail polish all over the sink and countertops and rubbing coloured eyeshadow into the carpet. Funnily enough, most of you know I'm a landlord. I've got a couple of properties, right? And someone moved out last year. If you're a regular viewer to the show, you already know that. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't trashed. The house wasn't, the flat wasn't trashed, but there was writing on the wall in black mascara. So that's got to be a child, isn't it? Probably a child did that. She has a video. She's put a video up on TikTok of this. She pans around the room showing pink, green and yellow stains on the carpet and a sink full of wasted makeup. It's dear, that stuff, isn't it, makeup? What's the dearest makeup item you own? How much did it cost? The dearest makeup item you own. 07551259675 for the text. The video was captioned, "This is what I get for being a nice mummy. I'm a makeup artist, so yeah, I was a little distraught to see my hard-earned money in the sink." Thankfully, a few of the products weren't completely wrecked. Only the outside of the containers were wrecked. I'm just trying to think if I trashed any of my mum and dad's thing. But I don't know really. In a second video, the mum further explains what happened while clearing up the mess. She said it was the night of New Year's Eve and my kids were busy. She uses the word effing busy. All my makeup and skincare in the sink destroyed. So heartbroken. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Now I understand what they mean. My God, and it is all... Look at her, look. Oh, hang on a minute, that's the wrong picture. There you go. Look at her sink. Full of completely trashed makeup there, look. That terrible. Would that be hundreds of pounds there? I know people spend an awful lot of money on this stuff, don't they? The makeup there. Right, one more story for you today, boys and girls. Believe it or not, the scammers are out now on COVID vaccines. The scammers are now doing COVID vaccines, boys and girls. In the Daily Mirror, this scam has targeted residents by offering the chance to apply for the new coronavirus vaccine and urges users to input personal information such as credit card details, proof of address and the date of birth. Be very careful with this stuff. Unfortunately, it's generally older people who get caught up in all these scams and things. No bank is ever going to ask you for passwords or anything like that on the phone. And even if they do, put the phone down. When you pick it up again, wait for a dial tone. Very important, unless of course you're on a mobile, because you don't need it on there. It's off anyway. When you pick a phone up, say if a scammer's called you on a normal phone, right? Say, I'll call you back. Put the phone down, look up the number of your bank or building society or whoever it's called. It would be something to do with finance, okay? When you pick up the phone, listen for the dial tone. If it's dead, they're holding your line. They can do that. Or better still, call from a mobile phone. So once you've hung up on that caller, then look up the number of your bank and ring them from your mobile phone. So I've just had a call from you. Can you tell me if it was you? And then they will tell you. And you will know that you're talking to the bank because you've rung the number yourself. Don't tell anyone any financial information if they've called you. Very important that. But this particular scam, a coronavirus vaccine scam branded very believable, is targeting people who are desperate for the jab. It's funny, really. We only hear on the news the people that don't want it. Oh, it's got this in it. Oh, have you checked it up on the internet? Oh, it's full of all sorts of terrible things. It's got microchips in so that they'll be able to control your brain and all this old stuff they come out with, don't they? You never actually hear of the people who are actually desperate for it. People would pay a small fortune to have this injection. I expect somewhere you can probably get it on the black market. Then again, if you do it like that, how do you know what's going into your arm? It says people are being warned not to fall for the scam that sees cruel fraudsters posing as the NHS. The scam has targeted Hull residents, offering them the chance to apply for the new coronavirus vaccine and urging users to input personal information such as payment card details, proof of address and their date of birth. You don't want to be giving that out lightly. Police say the messages sent in text form and directing people to a website should not be trusted, reports the news service Hull Live. Humberside Police have issued guidance on what to look out for and reminding people that the vaccine is free to all when it's your turn, meaning no payment information should ever be required. So just keep an eye out for that one, gang, all right? They're after your money. They're after your money. They always are, aren't they? Right, let's have a look at that. We've done that. School dinners. I think we're done, aren't we? Have we run out of stuff? Have we done now? Is that everything I wanted to do? Oh, we're nearly done 2 hours. Yes, of course we are. Of course we are. All right. There we are then, my darlings. That's it for the show today. Thanks very much. I know a couple of you messages throughout the show, and you would like another nighttime show one day, one evening during the week. So I'll look at that and see where I can fit one in. The bingo, I'm hoping, will come back very soon, possibly even this Sunday. If you want to play the bingo with us Sunday, you will need to register to me first, okay? You will need a Gmail address. Okay, because that's what the system sends out to. You'll need a Gmail address, all right? If you played the last game of bingo, okay? If you played the last game of bingo, which was a couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas, worry not, you'll already be on the system, okay? As long as you played that last one, you'll already be on the system. If you didn't, or you didn't receive any tickets for that particular show, send me an email to that address there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Say, please add me to the bingo, and I'll make sure you're added before it starts. Once we've started, you can't be added, okay? You'd have to wait till the one afterwards. But I'll see what we can do about getting that started this Sunday, if not next Sunday night, okay? Mike just sends in one final text, and Mike says... Hi, Chris. Great advice about the telephone scammers, especially about ensuring the line is cleared. Yes, because what I mean by making sure you've got a dial tone, literally, if you put your phone down and pick it up again, a lot of people don't listen for the dial tone, right? And they just tap, right? Unbeknown to you, the person who called you is probably still holding the line. So when you hear you talk, you're talking to that same person you just hung up on. Yeah? So always make sure, or better still, look up the number of whoever it is calling you, bank, government department, council. Look it up on the internet and ring it from a mobile phone. You've all got mobile phones anyway. I don't know anyone who hasn't got a mobile phone anymore these days. And ring from there, okay? He said, please let everyone know, never let anyone have access to your PC or computer by remote access. Yes, we've all had those phone calls as well, haven't we? Hello, this is British Telecom here. We've noticed there is a virus on your computer and we want to help you get it on. Are you sitting in front of it now? And then they start telling you what to do. Listen, British Telecom do not know whether or not there's a virus in your computer. Don't be fooled. Put the phone down. Or, if you're like me and you want to have a little bit of a laugh with them, start leading them on. That's what I do. All right, I'm typing that in now. What do I do next? Have you done it yet? I said, yes, I've done it. Nothing's happening. What should happen? And then they start telling you all these different things to do. What you mustn't do is start typing any of this stuff into your computer. Never do that, right? Don't do it. No one is going to ring you up and tell you you've got a virus in your computer. No one's going to ring you up and tell you you've got something wrong with your computer. No one's ever going to do that. How do they know? They can't possibly know that you've got a problem with your computer. It's not going to happen. You get a phone call like that, either put the phone down or muck around with them. And I lead them on for ages. And eventually, without any warning, I'll throw into onto the conversation and tell them exactly what sort of favours I'm going to do to them. They don't ring back. So you can play around a little bit with them like that if you want, okay? They're very, very clever scammers, so be very, very careful with them. Hello to Andy Mays. How about bring back Love Thy Neighbour? Well, again, Andy, yes, that's a programme. I actually went to see that, Andy, at London Weekend Television. And we never saw it as anything racist in those days. We really don't. And in fact, I don't now. Because they were both giving it back and forward to each other, weren't they? It was just a bit of comedy. Love Thy Neighbour, Dad's Army, whatever you want. But society and life has moved on and we're being told now what we can't and can and can't do and watch on the telly. Oh, it's just awful, isn't it? Anyway, that's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining us, boys and girls. Okay, I'll be back with another live United Kingdom talk on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, okay? If you fancy a little bit of fun in the morning, I do a radio show. You can find that at reachonair.com. Also available on smart speaker if you've got an Amazon device. Okay, go into your Amazon settings and enable the skill Reach on Air. That's the name of the skill, Reach on Air. Close it down and then just say to your Amazon device, play Reach on Air, and you'll be able to listen on your smart speaker. Also works with Google Mini Speaker and also Siri. And I do my radio show Monday to Friday, 9 until 10 o'clock in the morning. Music, chat and fun. Thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. And I'll see you again for another live chat show on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock on this channel. Have a nice evening. Good night now.